Now I would like to welcome a special speaker from Mumbai. Mr. Jamshed Dalal is a mechanical engineer and entrepreneur. A few years ago, he bought an imported stair climbing wheelchair for his aged dad. He realized that people with disabilities in India need a better option to access buildings with staircases. Putting his medical engineering skills to use, he assembled a more viable stair climbing wheelchair. He is based in Mumbai but delivers and services Seedee wheelchairs across India. Over to Mr. Jamshed as he speaks about his vision and products that help differently abled lead a better life. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sneha. Thank you, Sandeep, for giving me this opportunity. It was excellent seeing your presentation and really great to know what you all are doing for the community. I would like to introduce myself. I am Jamshed Dalal from Seedee Stair Climber, founder of Seedee Stair Climber. As Sneha pointed out rightly, it all started in 2009. I would share my screen with you all. Just a minute. It all started in 2009. My father was diagnosed with COPD. And for him to move around was very, very difficult. He couldn't get up from one place, one chair, and then move to the second chair also. And he was a person who always wanted to move around, never wanted to stay in one place. We were in fact based in Pune at that time, manufacturing construction equipments. And that is when I first got the first chair for him. It actually made a lot of difference when a person stays within four walls, and once he starts stepping out, the zest to live, the zest to actually move ahead changes a lot. So I felt that it is a very necessity product because we were staying on the second floor. We did not have a lift. It was impossible for him to go down 2 stories and come up. My father was always 100 plus in weight. To pick him up was also very difficult. We tried it a couple of times, but it was not possible. So this is the first thing which I saw in Delhi, and I got it for my father. At that time, we were manufacturing construction equipments. And the biggest difficulty I saw in these kind of mobility aids in India was that there was nobody giving a proper service backup. People are ready to buy equipments, but there was never a service backup offer, which I felt was absolutely wrong in a product like this. We started repairing for other customers also because we had a good technical background. And soon in 2016, I felt that the need was more, and we started manufacturing. In fact, we manufactured quite a few products, quite a few of these chairs in Pune itself. Slowly and slowly, the requirements started increasing. And then we shifted base to Mumbai. And because we didn't have a proper manufacturing plant in Mumbai, we started importing certain things and started assembling it over here. Now we have a full-fledged place in Mumbai where we are importing and we are assembling most of the things now locally over here, and the products are doing quite well. I have a few videos also to share.
Is there any sound? We can't hear anything.
Sound is playing. You can't hear it?
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Just a minute. Now?
No, can't. But it's all right. I think we don't need for this particular one, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah, now I can hear
Okay.
you.
Now, if you see here, the chair actually stops on the staircase. The attendant is releasing his hands. This is a safety mechanism which we have on the stair climber, which is a electromagnetic brake. This is not something that you try out every day, but it is like your airbags in a car. The safety factor is there. Even if the person loses grip, the chair is never going to run down by itself. But you have to understand that it is not attached to the staircase. There will always be a toppling effect because it is not attached. So if the staircase is too steep, you will always have a toppling effect. Apart from that, it will never roll down by itself. There is no load on the attendant. This makes things very easy even for a couple who's staying alone, and they can manage it for the second child or maybe for the elderly person. People in the house itself can manage this chair very easily. It's not practical for everyone to have a lift, everyone to have people to lift up the person and take them up.
Sorry? No.
And we'll go to this. These all different actual on-site videos that we've taken of customers or demonstrations that we've done. There's no what you call editing or anything. This actual on-site videos that we've done of customers taking them up and down the staircase. And there are elderly people, there are people with certain disabilities. Any person who cannot climb stairs can utilize these products. In fact, we just had one model initially. Then we realized that each and every staircase in different parts of India is different. Mumbai and Calcutta have a lot of British era buildings with really huge and big staircases. Places in Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, the staircases are very narrow. They have very sharp turnings. So we have a very compact model also available for such staircases. Then we have certain models with a 24-inch wheel wherein the person seated can propel themselves once they are on flat ground. Because everybody does not want to be pushed around everywhere. Some people would like to propel themselves. And there is another model which is completely imported wherein you have a joystick attached to the chair itself. So on flat ground, the person has the ability to move around by himself with the help of the joystick. This was taken during the training session of a customer. So this person was getting trained. And during that also we've taken the videos. So it's not only giving demonstrations, we will come to you for training. And we believe in giving service at your site, at your place.
सेंटर निकालो, बीच में सेंटर में लेना है।
Training is not actually a 1 hour thing or a 1 day thing. My person would be there with the customer till the point he feels that the customer is handling the chair properly, independently, and safely. That is most important. Because if you can't utilize a product like this, we believe it's a product of necessity and not luxury.
इन करो, वेरी ऊपर।
When you said yes to forever.
You said yes to being my constant through my changes.
I don't know if you all have seen, but this video actually made us quite known. It was one of my first initial chairs in Calcutta. And this video was highly circulated on WhatsApp.
It's quite easy to unlock.
Okay.
Side में ले जाओ. Go one level down. Yes, why not?
She had only lady attendants with her. So the challenge was that being the first chair in Calcutta, we had to train ladies also to operate this. But then we learned that training was the most important part in this product. So after that, we have number of ladies operating even for people of weights of 100 plus.
Acha, you first focus on this. He'll train us, he said. See, you're coming all the way down. તો મીનુને સાથે કઈ થયું ડીલરશિપ એનો મીનુ
We've even used it on outdoor staircases. We've developed a few belts which are hard for outdoor use. We've got very soft belts for certain staircases wherein it's old, the wooden ones which tend to make the belt slip. So all this we learn through experience. I have met people who've not left their house for a couple of months or even a year only for the reason that they could not climb the stairs. It brings a lot of joy to that person himself once he comes down. In fact, in Bombay, we have even started with an hourly service for people who might not need to buy the product. We even have a monthly rental, an hourly rental, and very soon we are planning to start that in other metro cities also. Because many people need it before an operation, post an operation, people going for dialysis who need not buy the chair because their usage might just be for a few months. People visiting. This was our first rental in Bangalore. And he needed it just for a month or two because he had fractured his leg.
Do you have rental in Chennai?
Currently, no, but we are planning to start.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we do is once we have a sizable number of chairs in a city, for example, in Delhi, we have taken a house on rent. My technician from Bombay would be staying in that city 24/7. We have technicians rotating regularly. And then we start having our own chairs there, which we run on rent, which we use for demonstrations. So we believe that if we cannot service the product, there is no point selling it. Servicing is the most important thing. And this is the joystick model. This is also from Calcutta, a child suffering from muscular dystrophy. Again, this is a different chair with larger rear wheels, because the child wanted to be on the chair for longer period of times and they did not want to keep on shifting her from one chair to another. It's more comfortable. If you see, this chair has very small rear wheels. These are the different models. I'll just show you what we have. These are all the different models that we have. Starting from the Seedee regular, the Seedee manual and evac are basically manual chairs only for coming down the staircase. We have from Seedee regular all the way to Seedee attached, and there is another model recently we've launched with the Seedee mini or the compact, which will turn in much more compact stages. It's not on the website currently. So as I said, this has larger wheels. Here we have 24-inch wheels wherein the person seated can maneuver the chair once they are on flat ground. And this is the regular model. So this kind of modification, this kind of adapting of the chair as per the need of the person, that is very important. That's a few videos from our initial days of development.
We can't see the video.
Can you see it now?
No, we are seeing the wheelchairs, that page.
Pardon?
The wheelchairs page, we are seeing that now.
Just a minute. Can you see it now?
No, still on that page.
Just now can you see it?
Yeah, now we can see it. Yeah.
Our initial days when we actually made the entire chair. Now we've not been making the entire chair. We are doing quite a few things from outside. The first few models. Yes. Would anyone of you all like to know more about it or have any doubts or would like to share something?
Mr. Balal, just one question on the costing. How does it cost? How much does it cost to buy
So
one?
the battery operated models currently are for 1,10,000.
Okay.
Yeah, the MRP what we had set was 136.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
thank you.
even if you select a different model in terms of larger wheel, smaller wheel, or the compact model, there is no variation in price. The price is still the same for all the models, except
Oh,
for
I see.
the joystick model.
Oh, I see. Thank you. Thank you. That's good.
Yeah.
And joystick model, how much that cost?
164. 1,64,000. So how we function is we first come and give you a demonstration. We understand what your need is.
Ah,
How is it going to function on your staircase? In fact, we had visited Sandeep also. Okay. And once we are there, we come to know which chair will actually work for you. What is more suitable for you? What kind of cushioning would you require? We have a certain standard cushioning. Apart from that, if you need something, we'll help you on how to get it done at your place also.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sandeep, how was your experience on the chair?
Yeah, it was good. So actually, friends, today I invited Jamshed here to show about this thing, because what I feel is that in many places in our country, you know that most of the buildings don't have elevators, and all of them have stairs, and very few places have ramps, and also in our narrow buildings, it's difficult to install elevators. It's not enough space, right? And it's also costly. So this, I know this is a bit costly for an individual or a family to buy, but I was thinking institution or a college or a school or a church. Uh, I think it's a good investment for us, because there'll be a lot of people coming, and we need to build an inclusive and accessible communities where we are. So that's why I invited Jamshed here. So even if one church can't buy it, say a few churches around one area can buy and share it. I think it's a good investment. So that's why I wanted Jamshed to come in. My experience was good. I thought Jamshed was quite helpful. The staircase where I live is a very narrow one. There is a 180-degree turn also in one place. So Jamshed could actually maneuver it and use it. So, yeah.
That is where, Sandeep, the actual fact of a person coming, understanding your need, giving you a demonstration. See, over the net, it's very difficult to understand whether the product is going to work for you or not.
Yeah.
And people are really scared ordering a product today and then facing the consequences of it not working on your staircase. Apart from that, we also, as I told you when I visited you, that in case, see, a demonstration is for an hour or max 1 hour or 2 hours, a person might stay with you. Once you all purchase the chair, the person comes to you, the chair is with you 24/7 and training goes on. Even during training, if you are not satisfied with the product or expect something more, or you feel it is not solving your issue, you have an option of returning it. But naturally, there's going to be a little charge deducted when you return a product during training. But we still have that option with our clients. We've even tied up with a few banks for EMI over credit cards.
Okay. Actually, I was asking you about can we attach my wheelchair to the
yeah, so I think I had shown you one photograph right now. If you see, that is the one which was getting attached. I'll just share it once again.
Sure.
So this is how a normal wheelchair can also be attached, but it makes the entire thing quite bulky, Sandeep. So even a normal staircase would be difficult to, now if you see from the track till whatever the length of the chair is, that is what becomes the entire length of this equipment. So on your staircase, even a normal chair we were finding it very difficult to turn.
Yeah.
And as I told you, the compact one will be most viable for you. We also try to make it as simple for one person to handle the entire chair, because in case of emergency, we are expecting only one person to be there with you.
Yeah.
So if you are always going to be dependent on two people, we don't want something like that. That is why I told you that mini chair would be more viable for you. This actually becomes too bulky. This is good for hospitals wherein multiple people come on chairs and you don't need to shift them. But even hospitals don't have this kind of space, is what we've seen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's also foldable and you can put it in the back of your car.
Yes,
right?
you can put it in the back of the car. Our regional head, Khushi, is also here in the group. And she usually coordinates with people in the south. She can arrange for a demonstration and get back to you all for that. So what you can do, Sandeep, next time our team is in Chennai, if you all want, you all can gather at one location and we can have a joint demonstration also for them.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Khushi, you can mention the contact details in the chat, your as well as my details, and you can, I feel that would, somebody's asked for the contact details, correct?
Yeah, please post in the chat box. So
Hi, Mr. Dalal.
Yes.
My name is Jim, and I represent the organization by the name Equip India.
Correct.
And it's just not my question alone, not my suggestion or even a request. Most of our organizations we run in the rural area, even if we are part of the city, our work is mostly in the rural area. As you know, 75% of the disabled people are located in the rural area.
Correct.
So just a small suggestion, or I would say it's the need of the hour for us, and it's just not the need of the hour for our organization. I represent a lot of other organizations like EHA, Mental Hospital Associations, and also like Provision Asia. Like the need is presently this: we are looking for a wheelchair which we can use in the rough terrain. So I think most of the organizations we are running around over here, because we used to get prototype from China, and the conditions between India and China is not good, and also the parts the spares and everything that we get in China from China has also become very expensive. So presently, to get a wheelchair which runs in a rough terrain would cost us somewhere between 15,000 to 20,000.
Correct.
So in the future, if you can design a wheelchair which can be used in a rough terrain, I think that will be the need for us. And also, if you can make it, I think unofficially I can say even we can give an order of 10,000 wheelchairs.
Okay.
So
we actually have a chair.
Most of
we
the
actually
organizations,
have a
the
chair
hospitals,
that is meant for outdoor use.
Yeah.
I'll just share a video with you. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll just
okay.
One sec. And just give me a minute. Khushi, do you have the IBEX video on you right now?
No, sir. I need to check it. Wait.
So we are partnered with a friend of mine who's developed a complete different product altogether.
Okay.
For actual, as you said, outdoor use, you can go over unpaved surfaces, you can climb footpaths, and it's an excellent product. We are actually marketing and servicing the product for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roughly, what about the cost, sir?
Costing is a bit on the higher side. It's currently 83,000.
83. Okay.
Yeah. I'll just give me a minute. I'm just loading the photo because I'm using my wife's mobile currently. I'm just loading the photo on that. Yeah. Okay. I'll just share my screen. I hope you all can see this.
Yeah.
So this has a very unique design of 3 wheels. I'll just stick it a bit back. If you can see, it's a very unique design. It's called as a tadpole design. Because of this third wheel option, you are able to navigate over really rough terrain also. We have an option of 4 wheels also. Yeah. Both the options are available. Again, we've made it customizable, as in you can opt for a lithium ion battery, you can opt for a lead acid battery, you can opt for quick release. You can see how it's going over any terrain. It's made of complete cycle paths, very easy to maintain. It has a shock absorber built in.
Is it because it is a powered wheelchair, because it needs a battery and then joystick and all that? Is it possible to give us a manual wheelchair which we can be used in the rough terrain, but it can bring down the cost, because I think the most of the cost will go on the battery and the
So I'll tell you
technology.
how the breakup is. So if you take the basic model will not have a lithium battery, will not have quick release in it. Okay, the basic cost can be brought down. Right now, what we're talking about 83 is with the lithium battery, with the 3 and the 4 wheel option, with the quick release system. Quick release is basically people who need to dismantle the chair and take it to the next location, again put it up over there. So if we go in for the base model, that would be much cheaper. And yes, we can give a manual one, but then you can't have 3 wheels on a manual one, because pushing it is going to be difficult on 3 wheels. With the third wheel is quite extended. Yes. This was the product Ibex. And as you said, if you have quantum, we can work out a very good pricing for it also.
The quantum is the manual wheelchair where the patient will be able to propel it by himself
Okay.
without the battery and the joystick. Just
you don't need the joystick, is what you're saying.
exactly. Just
okay,
the basic wheelchair.
We can work out something on that front also.
The same that same tadpole kind of principle, like the wheelchair that we've seen in from China is the wheelchair will be the caster kind of a wheel will be in the front, so you put it behind.
Correct.
So the one we've seen, like the motivation wheelchair where the motivation India brings it from China, so the front wheel, the small wheel which you put behind will be in the front.
Can you share me some photographs of that chair on my number on WhatsApp? I have put up my number, Jamshed Dalal Seedee wheelchairs, or you can even share it to Kushi. And
I'll do that.
what kind of budget are you looking at also, so that we can be very frank on what we can give you and how we can give it to you.
Yeah, that will be perfect. That will be perfect.
Okay,
because most of the
because
most of the rural area, they will want a simpler design because they don't have too much of space also, and also they want the cost a little lesser, and they will be able to propel it, they will be able to use it by themselves. No need assistance or no need any joystick required, no need battery, so they can propel it themselves. So
see, when we say
the
propel it themselves,
I will just share
there
the
is going to be a
photographs
lot
with you, and then if it's possible, I think we can go ahead with that.
Yeah, but Jim, when we say propel it themselves, again there will be a lot of filtering in terms of a person who can propel himself should have enough ability in his arms to move the chair. Hello, can you hear me,
exactly.
Jim?
So he will I can hear you. So he will have good muscle power. So those who got good muscle power, those who can push by themselves with the left and the right arm.
Okay, correct. Okay, we haven't actually worked on that. We haven't actually worked on that model, but that is something interesting and we could work on it. Okay, so what I would say is let us connect over WhatsApp. Okay, and let us understand your need properly. Let us understand the quantum properly, and based on that 100%, we can work out something.
Yes, and if the left wheel and the right wheel are attached to the main axle also, so even a person without an arm, who's got one arm and it's like really strong, he can still propel. So you don't need basically two hands to propel. So if the main axle, if you can attach the left and the
if you have a single axle, turning always becomes difficult. The idea of turning comes when you pull one and push the other. That is how a chair turns. And any wheelchair which is propelled by hand. So I would never suggest that. The entire idea of turning is gone.
But
I've not seen a chair like that. If you've seen something, I would love to see how it turns. Unless they have
it's like a small
mechanism.
lever. The small mechanism with a small lever in the front. So they use that lever attached with that, and they turn towards
like
the left
a tricycle,
right.
like a tricycle.
Exactly.
Okay.
But again, that is
can you share your number with us?
I'll do that.
Perfect.
I think this is like the because you asked a question of muscle power, like people who will be able to propel. I said that, but again, even a simple design with a person having good arm power both on the left and the right, a simple design, cost effective, rural population, three-wheel concept would be like awesome. Because most of the NGOs, we are looking forward towards that.
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dalal. I'll keep in touch with you.
Yeah, sure. Just share your number with us on the chat if possible.
Yes, I'll just do that.
So since we are out of time, if there's any more question, we can take one last question from the past participants. Is there any? Else we can wind up. Okay, so I'll conclude the meeting if there's no any more questions. So thank you, sir, for sharing your vision with us. Everything that you have done so far for advancing the lives of the differently abled is captivating. And I also thank Sandeep for taking the initiative to organize the meeting. And I thank all those who participated in the Unnathi support group meeting. It was a pleasure to have all of you here. Thank you once again.